Hello there everyone, my name is Garrett and today I'm going to be taking a look at the Thermal Vision Fugitive Predator from NECA Toys. Now, this Predator design is specifically from The Predator 2018.
McKenna.
Nebraska Williams.
That's your real name?
Gaylord. That's good.
I guess just where I'm at with that movie is that most of the humor is just a little too highbrow, and I think really most of the jokes just went over my head. It's a movie for smarter folk than me. Now, taking a look at The Fugitive. Now, taking a look at the Fugitive Predator, I think this is an awesome release. NECA doesn't always have the sturdiest figures, but they almost make up for it with how many weird special color version figures they churn out. If we've gotten a blinged out Thanos pred, then you know almost everything else is on the table. Well, everything except for like the Predalien, which is like the coolest Predator design. Get on it, NECA. What I was saying is that NECA is certainly creative with what Predators they make, and this is a great example. If you somehow have not noticed, the entire figure is made out of trans-clear blue plastic. I'm positive I've mentioned it before in a Transformers review, but light piping is when a figure has a spot on the back of their head where you can shine light through and, well, it illuminates the eyes, giving it life. It's a cheaper alternative to LEDs. This figure, however, takes that to the extreme, and essentially the entire thing is light piped. It works amazingly to capture the effect of the Predator's thermal vision, and it also looks a lot like the poster. Looks are kind of the whole selling point of this figure, so it's good that he looks as good as he does. The different layered splotches of paint work great to give him the effect that certain spots on his body are hotter, and it all really brings out the detail in the sculpt. The primarily flat blue draws attention to the intricate panel lines and armor detail, especially on his back. I also do have to mention I really like this Predator design. I think from a practical, realistic standpoint, this makes the most sense out of all the Predators from all the movies. Now, being realistic doesn't always mean that it's better, but I do like this more armored, suited look. Like, 90% of the other Predator designs have exposed midriffs to show off their abs, but if you're getting shot at with projectiles, you would probably want that covered up. Yes, I understand the whole trophy hunter angle, but this new armored look is nice. Movie bad, design good. It's like Transformers. I can disassociate the movie from the toys. Articulation is good. All the joints are tight, but not in the usual NECA way where I'm afraid I'm going to break something. I really appreciate the double-jointed legs, although the arms haven't fared that well. Similar to my Jungle Hunter Predator, only one of the joints in the double-jointed arm assembly will move. I'm aware it's a simple fix to soak it in hot water or blast it with a hairdryer to loosen that joint up, but I've done that before to NECA figures that had joints that were too tight, and now they're too loose. Speaking of too loose, well, both of the legs are. They're both very loose, but it's not really a problem because the legs are tight enough that they don't move independently of each other, meaning that it's not hard to get them to stand up. It kind of all balances out and it solves its own problem. One last thing is that the pin attaching the shoulder cannon fell out, and now I had to shove a toothpick in there to keep it attached. Not cool. It's also not cool that that's the third time I've had to do that with a NECA Predator figure. If the pin's gonna keep falling out, they need to change their design. Accessories are very small and very few, but I'm good with that. There's no alternate hands, head, gun, discs, whatever. I think it's alright because it's not needed with this release. Comes with 2 of the arm blades, and that's it. Well, technically he comes with 4, but I lost the other 2, but again, I'm not really fussed, because I feel like you're not supposed to play with this figure. The point of him is that he looks cool, and he stands on your shelf, and he collects dust. And I'm fine with that. He doesn't fit in with any of the other Predators on my shelf, and well, he'll never fit into a diorama unless it's also transparent blue. So I'm fine with him just being a novelty item. But once you're older than 12, aren't all action figures novelty items? size comparison time, and this guy's pretty tall. Here he is next to Action Master Grimlock, Earthrise Prime, 6-inch scale Skeletor, NECA Jungle Hunter and City Hunter, NECA Armored Assassin and Lab Escape Fugitive, and some random 6-inch scale figures. He also has a nice weight and solidity that makes him a bit more satisfying to handle when compared to, like, say, McFarlane Toys Spawn or something. Not saying that that's a bad figure, I actually really like that figure, but it has a cheaper, more tacky feeling plastic. So overall, I love this figure a lot. So much that I bought it twice. I first bought this figure when he came out in 2019, only to take him home, open him up, and find that both his left leg and his left arm were broken, not even attached to the body. I have no idea what NECA's quality control was doing on that day, but it's safe to assume they were not inside the building. Anywho, I return it, and they have no other copies at Target, so I go home empty-handed. Flash forward to sometime in July in 2020, and I saw him again, nearly a year and a half later. There had been no announcement of a re-release that I had heard of, and I was pretty up to date on NECA's socials at that time, but I was very happy to get him. And that was back when these things were affordable. When I bought this guy, he cost me like $23.99. I definitely recommend getting him if you can, but those aftermarket prices are insane. $24 seems like a fair price for this being a accessory-less, mostly unpainted figure, but please do not pay anything more than $40 for this. Thank you for watching. If you want to see more Predator reviews, dinosaur reviews, or Transformer reviews, make sure to subscribe. Also, a like and a comment would be appreciated. Other than that, I'm out. Similar to my Jungle Hunter Predator, which you should definitely go watch the review of, these nuts in your jaw.